Hey peeps, yeah, this is just a little video, little review about Valley of Shadows, Andy C's Valley of Shadows. Um, but to some of you ravers, you guys call it 31 seconds. 'Cause that's what we hear when we're in a DJ booth. Oh, can you play 31 seconds? But it's actually called Valley of Shadows. But this video is just for you ravers, really, that have always wanted to know where the sample comes from. So yeah, enjoy this video.
I felt that I was in this long, dark tunnel.
Follow along as we uncover the history behind this iconic sample. Origin Unknown's Valley of the Shadows was originally released in 1993 on Ram Records on the B-side of The Touch. It was placed on the B-side as it didn't fit the mold of most breakbeat hardcore tracks at the time. Valley of the Shadows proved a lot more popular than the A-side, The Touch. Origin Unknown, the duo made up of Ant Miles and Andy C, later re-released the song in 1996. The bell sequence in the song comes from a 1993 Future of Music CD. Yes, a compact disc. The CDs contained various samples. These were the early days' answer to the sample packs commonly used today. Sounds from this CD were also used in Dead Dread, Dead Bass. Valley of the Shadows was written in just one 4-hour sitting. Andy and Ant worked to create the basis of the tune. Ant had an idea of a vocal that would fit perfectly.
When I realised that I was out of my body, I was slightly frightened for a short time. The next thing, I felt that I was in this long, dark tunnel with a very, very bright light at the end, so brilliant. It was more brilliant than the sun.
This famous sample was taken from a 1988 BBC documentary about near-death experiences called Glimpses of Death. This was paired with a sample from a NASA 1985 rocket launch,
31 seconds,
which they felt rounded the tune off nicely. The song went on to become one of Ram's best-selling releases. The tune is still being played out and remixed today. Check out Chase and Status's 2017 remix. Here it is being played out by Andy C at Rampage 2018.
I felt that I was in this long, dark tunnel.
Here we come again.
Can you think of a sample more iconic?
You know what? See that song there? I'm telling you, that song, even in 30 years' time, that song will be played. It's just so iconic. It's a blueprint to the transition from hardcore to jungle. I remember when I first heard it, it was around March 1993. I'd got indoors from chilling out with my friends. I was only about, I think, 14 or 15. And I was sitting in the living room watching TV, and there was a party across the railway tracks from where I lived. And all I can hear was the bells at first from the song. And it just caught me. So I went to my back garden, opened my back garden, and stood out there and listened to all I can hear was the percussion. I was like, wow, what is this? This is just, wow. It was just different because in 93, we had a lot of hardcore. So there wasn't beats like that. The beats were not like that. So hearing that, it was just different, and it just grabbed me. All I remember is, and you can hear from the party people going, oi, oi. You can hear people going mad to the song. It was just, yeah. And then the next day, I just put it on Cool FM, Weekend Rush. I think I even tried to listen to it on Pulse and Eruption as well. I was just listening out for that song, see if I can hear it. And then someone dropped it on Cool. And it was like, oh, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the tune. I was just going mad. Yeah. Not surprised it's one of the biggest jungle tunes ever made. Because even to this day, we still play this song in the clubs. We still play it in the clubs. It's in a lot of DJs' record bags. It doesn't matter if you're playing new drum and bass, old drum and bass. It's in a lot of DJs' record bags because it's just it's just a floor hitter, a floor mover. It will get everyone moving. It's just one of those songs. So big shout to Andy C. Yeah, you know, it's just one of those songs. It's a big song. 31 Seconds, Valley of Shadows. Yeah. I would love to have heard a remix of this from someone like Dillinger. Yeah. In them days, if Dillinger did a remix of 31 Seconds as well, gosh, I would have loved to have heard that. But yeah, it's just nice to see where the samples come from. For those ravers that don't know where the sample come from, this is where the samples come from. Yeah, it's just nice for you guys to know the origin of the song. Yeah, it's just so iconic. Valley of Shadows, 31 Seconds. Yeah, big shout to Andy C. Even my mum liked that song, you know. She won't admit it. She would never admit it. But when I used to play it in the house, yeah, I know she liked it. But I remember her telling me, turn it down because it sounds like you got a car in your room because of that beeline. But yeah, big up to Andy C and Ant Miles, all the Ram Records crew, because yeah, this song is just iconic. Always a floor mover. Always.